Alright, welcome back to another cleaning and restoration conservation video of a late Roman bronze coin. Now this is going to be a previously silvered Antoninianus. I can see details, it's quite dirty though. I'm going to show you under the microscope. Oh, it's Diocletian, I can read it quite clearly. Alright, so this is a Diocletian Antoninianus with a couple of soldiers and a standard on the back. Maybe Nike in the middle, or Victory. It's pretty encrusted. Antioch Mint. A-N-T. Antioch. There's a B there. Alright, so we've got some possibilities with this. Is it going to be incredibly detailed? Maybe not. But we're going to improve it for sure. So like all my videos, I am going to start with the white composite cleaning pencil, which I will show you right here. Right here. And I'm going to do this part wet. I'm going to do both sides. And the reason I do this wet is because I want to see the dirt coming up. The white cleaning pencil can be quite aggressive and can strip patina, so you really don't want to press too hard. It takes time and experience to get to the point where you know the kind of pressure you want to use or need to use. So I would really recommend you start with coins that are just garbage, right? Or not expensive. Don't go trying to clean a $200 coin because you saw me do it and you think, oh, that looked easy. You will be crying in your soup. I have ruined many a coin. You gotta do this, you gotta clean these coins basically in layers. If I press too hard, and I mean, you can't really avoid it completely, but you'll polish the raised edges of the details and strip the patina off, which is not something you want to do. So take your time, go slow. And remember too that this had a thin silver layer on it, or a silver wash, so you really, if it's still there, you don't want to take it off. Having it still there is cool. Sharpen this again. For this one right now, I'm trying to stay with a fine point. I think I will slab this coin. I've got some slabs I bought. I'm kind of doing slabs and attributions. This is a service if people want them. A lot of people just like to display their coin that way. The nice thing about the slabs I bought off Amazon as opposed to the NGC ones is you can reopen them. Alright, that's enough of that. I want to brush it. I'm going to brush it off camera as usual because it's much harder for me to do around the webcam. And I am using my nylon brush right now. Just like brushing your teeth, I'm working it in small circles, trying to get the bristles into the fine areas and see if it'll lift out any of the dirt. Remember, this is 2,000 years of dirt stuck on this coin. You and I are the first people that are going to have seen the actual surface of this coin in over 2,000 years. I forget when Diocletian reigned. I think it was like 200 or 300 AD, so at least 2,200 years, give or take. And this has been kicking around in the ground. And hopefully you like what you see. I just, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm not dictating anything. I'm just trying to help people because I get requests all the time. I started doing this for myself, just as a hobby. And you should too. I mean, why not? They're your coins, do what you want with them. But like I said, I would be cautious because you don't want to destroy them. When I use this brush, this brass brush, you really want to be gentle. And you don't want to work the same area too much because you will polish the highlights and strip the patina away, and you don't want that. Especially when it's a silvered coin. And silver, after 2,000 years, by the way, goes black. If you want to see one here. Look at this Alexander the Great. Black as can be compared to the other one. That's a natural patina that's formed on it. All right, let's take a look at where we're at here. Again, like I said, you got to do this in stages, layers. All right, oh, some decent details in here. Not perfect, but not bad. I don't know if you can see the blackening silver kind of underneath the dirt. You will as I get there more and more. All right, I think I'm going to do another round with the white pencil. Actually, no, I'm going to use the black pencil. So this is the black pencil. This one is less aggressive. It won't harm the patina. But you kind of got to work, right? And you can see like the wisps almost there of the fiberglass. See little pieces breaking off there? Which is why I rarely use this. I'd rather just go right to metal tools. But we'll do a little bit with this just to see how it goes. Like I said, you can do this as a novice and not really damage the patina until you learn, you know, how much pressure to really use. And this coin actually has a really nice dark patina on it, so I don't really want to mess it up. Definitely going to have to go to the steel tools though. I'm going to give it a quick brushing. This has got nice details. This must have been a pretty fresh dye. This is going to be a pleasant one, I think. No chemicals, guys. Do not use chemicals. Only distilled water, by the way. Especially on bronze, unless you want a shiny penny. Which I do, you know, I do sometimes chemically strip coins, but the reason I do that is because they're completely shot. So I'll repatinate them. But I don't do it if I don't have to, that's for sure. I'd rather keep the original patina. Alright, let's take a look here. See if we're getting anywhere. Yeah, definitely getting better than it was. Portrait of Diocletian there, but still real dirty, right? So, lots of work still to do. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go in with this sewing needle. And we are going to be gentle and careful. Now see these little lines here, that's just in the dirt, don't stress. I want to do this part dry, actually. Only time I use the water is when I'm using the white pencil, for the most part. And I'm not even getting down to the metal yet. I'm just kind of going slow, going light, taking my time. Make sure this is dry. So I'm just changing my song here. So you can see the area I'm working here around his face and below. And I'm going to keep working that area. But I don't work the same area for a long period of time because you tend to overwork it, and I don't want that. I'd rather move around. I find even watching my own videos back extremely satisfying. I hope you guys do too. So you see, I don't work one area too much. Getting inside the letters is always tough. So I go from one side, and now I'm going to come right at the same area from another angle. Especially along the edge of the coin here. You can see the IMP right there. So the O's and stuff, you have to kind of get right down on them. But everything else, I come at it from an angle. So even when it's damp, it's hard to see the dirt really. Let me brush this over here. I don't clean too many Antoninianus actually. This is kind of a nice one to do. Kind of excited about this one, especially when it's got good details on it. Getting somewhere. All right, let's go to our blade. Now you might say, Mike, what are you thinking? Well, you see how fine that is? I need to somehow get in there to get that dirt out, and the needle is not fine enough, but the sharp edge of the blade is. And I can also use it to kind of shave the dirt off of the flat areas without tooling it, meaning without creating new details, basically. I don't want to do that. I don't want to change the coin, which is what tooling is. Like, look how fine these hairs are, right here on his chin. The only way you're getting in there is with the sharp edge of the blade. Unless you want to lose them completely, and you will. I'm going to try and make this coin my best job yet. I mean, I always do, but really enjoying this one. The other thing you really want to be careful of is not delaminating the metal, especially the silver, like ones like these. The silver could still be there. Now you gotta remember that silver is much softer than bronze. And you can easily peel it right off if you're not careful. You don't want to do that. I even do the flans. You gotta get all into the details. So I'm gonna come from the other side too. I'm gonna come from a bunch of different angles actually. Alright, then brush it. Really working hard to preserve the patina on this coin. Which you should do. It managed to last all these years. The least thing you can do is treat it with respect. Alright, look at that. We're getting somewhere here. A lot of people would stop, not me. Now see, you could try and use these smoothing, kind of a smoothing tool, but look at how big it is here. It's way too big for the coin. That's why I really don't use that one. I find the X-Acto blade to be easier to work with. And again, don't worry about these marks you see because that's just the dirt. I have done plenty of these, so I've gotten pretty good at knowing how much pressure I can put and when. It's almost like it's kind of polishing the silver a little bit when I do this, although it doesn't. Like, it just kind of looks that way in the lighting. What I'm doing here is I'm working along the edges of the legend, picking off what's right up to the edge. And I'm going to move around. I'm going to keep kind of working through this. Hopefully you can see the dirt coming off. You see these lines here in between the diadem, the spikes? They're so hard to get in there. That's his hair. This will teach you some patience for sure. But see, I can't get that side of the O until I flip the coin around. I mean, I can maybe, but it's much more difficult. So I want to do the edges to my left, basically, when I'm right-handed, and then I'll flip it around like this. Like I said, don't worry about what it looks like when if it looks like I'm scratching it, I'm really not. You'll see. I'm going to get in here with the needle soon. Just trying to work these bigger flat areas and try and kind of shave off the dirt a little bit. All right, let's give this a little brush here and see how we're doing. It's always nice when you have full legends like this. See how it's looking. I don't know if that's going to focus or not for you. We're getting pretty good here though, eh? Nice portrait. Weird wispy beard he's got. Never really noticed that before. Alright, I'm going to pause for a minute and grab a drink. Alright, sorry about the delay. Well, you didn't know it, but I'm back. Had to pause. Alright, we're doing pretty well here. I'm going to get in here with the needle now. Try and finish off this side. A lot of times I'll clean these and I'll sell them. I mean, I'll tell you that they're cleaned, but like I said, all ancient coins are cleaned in one way or another, whether they're just have the dirt wiped off them or they're going as far as what I'm doing, or you're restoring them. Okay, so with these little tiny holes, you got to actually get the needle straight up and down to get in there. And then just wiggle it around a little bit until you can get the dirt out. Because when I brush it, hopefully that pops the dirt out. Just want to loosen it up a little bit. Same with this A. Like, it's really hard to get in there. This is Augustus. AUG. The U's look like V's in Latin. These are the tail ties of his diadem, which is that, or not diadem, excuse me, radiant crown. Oops. Get on this flan a little bit. I like to do the flans too. Any part of the coin really, except for the edge, and that's only because it's a pain. You can see these dots, that's the edge of that's the end of the coin right there. So you literally have the whole coin here. And don't worry, I'm going to come at it from the other angle there too. As I said, you really have to get the bottom of the letters. The back side of that. Really doesn't, if it doesn't look like I'm taking my time and being patient, believe me, I am. When I get a good coin, I'll spend a lot of time on it. It's worth it. All right, let me give it a quick brush in here. And you'll notice I haven't taken any of the patina or silvering off. I mean, there's very little silvering left. I would say that is pretty darn good right there. Maybe a little bit more in here. Oop. Wrong end of that tool. Yeah, I want to get a little bit more of the schmutz out of there. His ear too. Possibly his eye, if I can get in that hole. So you got to avoid holes that are corrosion as opposed to something that was made by the die engraver. Because if you get into a hole that's corrosion, you're going to delaminate the metal. You're going to peel it right off. And I don't want to do that. Alright, let's go to the other side. Definitely have lots of work to do on this side. I'll give you a quick look at it before I start working at it. And 1 second. Alright. So we're going to start with the X-Acto blade. Start working these grooves. Gently, right? Always gently with these coins. They are delicate. Bronze is not a super hard metal. If it was, they would have made swords out of them and they would have lasted. I mean, they made weapons out of it, but I'm sure they didn't last very long. Nothing like steel, anyway. And again, move the coin around a lot. You don't want to focus one area too much. And you want to come from all these different angles, right? And there's no rhyme or reason to the way I do this. In fact, I want it to be random more than anything so that I don't stay on one area too much. This is a great song, by the way. One of my favorite movies as a kid. So out there. I think some people may not have the stomach to risk working on coins like this, but you know, you can only improve it as far as I'm concerned. You will ruin some, like I said. No doubt in my mind, you will ruin some coins. That's why you should start with crappy ones. Let's brush that. We're going to get in there far more with the needle. You know how I know this is a nice coin is you see the fields aren't all corroded, they're smooth. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry if I'm not talking the whole time, I'm concentrated quite a bit here. Just watch, listen to the music, chill out with me. Look, see that? That's victory crowning the emperor right there. You see that? You never would have seen that without what we did here. You never would have known that that was on the coin. What a beautiful aspect to a coin too, right? I don't know if this is Chris. This is Chris Stapleton. I like this song. Alright, let's give this a brush here. See how we're doing. Alright, how we looking here? Pretty good, eh? It's getting there. Having a sip of my pop here, my ginger ale. All right. All right, so something interesting, you can actually read Concordia on here, on the reverse. So we're going to keep going. We're going to go in now with the needle and see if we can finish this one off. Get it as nice as the front looks. Oh, see? Gotta be careful here. That right there is a little corroded. It's delaminating, so don't want to go too much in there. I want to be delicate. I'd rather do a brush than hard needle in there. Sometimes you just got to accept what you got and don't do too much. Otherwise, you ruin the coin. I want to be careful right there. You can see where there's some corrosion. That's not dirt. It looks like it, but it is not. I'm going to check it, but I think it's not dirt. In fact, I'm going to brush it to find out. This is 45 minutes almost. So if you're still watching, appreciate it. I will recap all my tools that I'm using, but I've been showing them as I go here. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, see? There's a good lesson for you. You get this beautiful coin, and you can see the delamination of the silver and bronze topping right there in his leg. I'm not going to mess with that at all. Not at all. I'm going now ultralight. This is going to be my last pass. Trying to get the last little bits of dirt off. Make the coin as good as I can. I might use the X-Acto blade on the fields again once just to see what I can do. But you see very little coming off now, so this is the coin's telling me I'm there. I'm done. Don't go any further. Coin's like, I gave you everything I got after 2,300 years. Take it and go. Appreciate it. Take it and go. Don't be a dick. Like that right there. See? Dirt, not corrosion. You gotta recognize the difference before it's too late. And that's why I say if you go straight down with the needle like this, like if you go straight down as opposed to like I'm doing it like a pencil almost, scraping from the side, you're gonna really dig in. So, not recommended, especially as a beginner. And I'm still a beginner. I don't claim to be anything. Like I said, a lot of people will disagree with what I'm doing, and that's fine. They can do whatever they want with their coins. I improve mine. Alright. I don't think we can go any further with this coin. This is a beautiful coin. My goodness. I don't know if you guys can see the details here, but I'll put it on the microscope as well. Diocletian. Emperor, and I believe Tyche, with victory standing in, I think that's Tyche anyway, crowning the emperor. Pretty amazing. So let me show you on the microscope, last little bit here, before I wax it. Oh, you know what? I think that's Athena, actually. As you can really see the corrosion here now, right? You see these little pitted areas here where the top layer of metal's gone? But that reflective, that's the silver wash still on there. So I haven't taken the patina off, I haven't dug in anything, or at least very little. And now we have an absolutely beautiful coin. This area here is questionable too. This one right here I was kind of messing with. Oh, it's okay. See, once I start again, I just can't help it. I want to get it as good as humanly possible. Guess I'll do it a little more. Because that's just how I am. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And I'll be making another video soon. Have a great day.